How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Living the dream.
Great.
Yeah. So what can't you tell us?
Everything. That's a good question. We can tell you that we have probably the most interesting relationship with another woman I've ever had on screen. Yes. And a relationship that I have to say surprised even us in many ways.
It was a real organic relationship and partnership as well,
Yeah.
I think, as actresses.
I think definitely.
Yes. I remember one scene that I kind of struggled because I was like, oh, this is my big scene with Sigourney Weaver.
Which one? The one in the bedroom?
No, the one on the table.
So one on the table. I love that scene.
And Alexandra brings Electra back to life, and Electra is kind of like a little animal, like a wild animal, and she has to learn a lot of things. And this is the scene where we kind of face each other, and I was just like completely stressed, but because you're so generous and such a wonderful person and actress, we were just going on, and
it's a conversation.
Yes, you were helping me, just changing things, like throwing things at me, just for me to be able to be here in the moment. And I don't know what was the question, but that's the type of relationship we shared.
Because she comes back and she's unformed, and so I'm actually a fairly sophisticated character, wanting her to do a very sort of sophisticated job for me. So I love that the dialogue was, it was out there. I mean, they're very daring in the way they approach these characters, some of our characters, and you have to get out there with them or you're not going to find it, which is fun.
One of the defining things, especially for Daredevil, is like the action sequences, which I know you've been a part of. Do you get to take part in any of that this time around?
I get to do what I can. I also have, at this point in my life, people who do that for me, but I always felt that I can do it all, and I stepped up whenever I was asked. When I watched the four of them have some of their battle scenes with this one, oh my goodness, it takes my breath away. So usually I'm not kind of in that mix. Because I don't think that's my style anymore. I don't think I need to get all sweaty. I think I just think things, and that can help them happen. But that's just because of my experience in the world. It wasn't because I didn't want to. I did want to.
And you did. Like, we have a few scenes. You had a few scenes where you had to train a lot, and Sigourney is very modest, but she went through it and she did it as well.
I like all that stuff.
Yeah.
You both are playing such strong women. Did you guys have any big female role models building up before and during your careers?
Just looking at Sigourney was very inspiring. It's just like, okay, I get all my inspiration here. So yes, that's one model.
I think that our mothers are actually very inspiring to both of us. My mother was sort of an athlete, and she was English and very independent. And I think also I was growing up in a time when there were such extraordinary actresses playing such great heroines. They had a lot of the movies were, had female leads. Someone like Ingrid Bergman, with whom I worked. I hope you all know who she is. But I worked with her in my first job, and she is the star of most of the movies she's in, and always delivers such a complex performance, and a brave performance too, but very subtle. So I find all of that pretty inspiring.
What can you share, if anything, about your character's motivations and goals ultimately in the series?
Well, I suppose I want to run the world, but I think she feels very close to doing what she wants to do. Unfortunately, these four young people have very idealistic ways of looking at things, including my business, and I think in an alternate universe she would hire them and make them work for her, but of course they're idealistic, which is a pain. So I have to sort of take steps to reduce their impact, which is why I bring back Elektra.
Very handy.
To the characters,
Do I feel
like a mentor, like to the characters.
I feel like Alexandra tried very hard to be a mentor to Elektra, and if they had come to work for me, I would have wanted to mentor their characters because they're kind of good. They're good people. They're flawed, but they're all very talented. I think Alexandra is such a smart business person. She can see right away that despite certain liabilities, that they bring a lot of talent and charisma, and that they could be very useful to her. But we all sort of disagree on how that's going.
So last time we saw Elektra, we saw her die in the end of season 2 of Daredevil. So how did it feel to be going from Daredevil to becoming like that main antagonist for the Defenders, like going up against them, so like working alongside of Daredevil now?
That's the beauty of this world. It's one day you die in the arms of your loved one, and I was kind of a good person at the end of Daredevil, and then I come back here, and I'm gonna be in other arms this time, and everything's gonna go more dark and violent for me. So it was just interesting to know that I would be able to play the same character, but at the same time a character who completely forgot who she was and had to build from there. So it's exciting. It was just brand new. Everything was very new.
Which Elektra did you enjoy playing more, the good one or the Black Sky version?
I think in both of those versions, I don't think she's 100% good or 100% bad, and that's what I like about Elektra. She's a complex woman,
Right.
And we all have goodness and bad things in us, and I enjoyed both. Yeah.
She was very mischievous, even when she was good.
Yeah, that's the fun. That's really the fun for me.
What can people expect from that reunion with Matt when it finally happens?
Well, you have to watch the series. I can't say much.
That's fair.
Yeah, watch it.
I'm going to.
Which Defender did you guys enjoy sharing scenes with the most?
I think for me, Iron Fist. He seems to be very important to what I'm trying to accomplish. But unfortunately, they all meet up at a certain point.
Right.
Realize they're all on the same side. This is not our side.
Unfortunate. I enjoyed working with them. They come as a package. So it was just the four of them most of the time. But I thought it was great to finally, because I really liked Jessica Jones, and just to meet another really cool, strong female character was I enjoyed that a lot. Yeah.
Their scenes where they meet and where they get to know each other. There's so much comedy in the series, which I think is fantastic, and a lot that's very charming and believable and funny. So I think that it's a really good blend of high drama and amazing action, and then all these wonderful characters who get to know each other and have their own reactions to each other.
How do you feel about coming to Comic-Con and then seeing people who have dressed that way?
Well, they don't let me go into the hall. Usually I have a schedule. The first time I came, which was with Paul, I put on a mask and I wandered around.
Did you?
I did. And I was just so blown away. I think people were so into what they were doing and into the way they were interacting with each other. I could have gone without a mask, no one would have even paid any attention. But it was a whole new world for me, and I think for anyone who hasn't been to Comic-Con. There were so many things I actually didn't know what they were. I think probably games and things like that. But to walk by these amazing costumed people, you know, like 3 girls all dressed in green. I don't know who they were, but they all were extraordinary looking, and just I don't know, the sort of coming together of people who love this genre so much. It just was such an important thing, and I feel kind of sorry for actors in straight stuff who never get to come to this, because it's very important, you know, especially in this world where we're all on our devices and we all come together in the flesh with our costumes and everything else and love these films together and love these heroes and, you know, deplore these villains, and I think it's very cool.
Thank you.